Good evening, everyone. I think we will be able to start in few seconds because Viola started to record the webinar. I'm so happy to be here to hold this job-focused webinar in yachting with Beatrice, Chiardi and Radostina Trifonova. It's a pleasure to have them. They are both part of our alumni at IUM. Beatrice, she was doing her bachelor and her Master of Science in Luxury Management here at IUM. And Radostina, she did her Master of Science in Luxury Management as well. Girls, thank you very much for being here with us tonight. It's so interesting to hear professionals that were at IUM and to see that they became so successful. For all of us, it's a pleasure to have you here. I would let you girls introduce yourself because I think you can do it better by yourself than myself. So let's start with Beatrice. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Elis. It's a pleasure to be here. So I'm Beatrice, I'm Italian, and I graduated from IUM in 2019. I did the bachelor and then I did the master, and then I took the yachting specialization, and now I work in the yachting industry as a marketing manager and broker at ALTHAUS Yachts, which is a family-owned brokerage company based in Monaco, and recently it has expanded in the Middle East as well.
Thank you so much. What about you, Radostina? Thank you for being here.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure. My name is Radostina Trifonova. I previously, before joining IOM, graduated international business between France and Dubai. And then, led by my passion in yachting, I decided to join IOM in master in luxury brand management with concentration in yachting. My career path has been already 3 years in the yachting industry. I started in Fraser Yachts in charter retail department. Then I was doing business development, sales and marketing for Next Yachting. And now since August this year, I'm doing sales and marketing assistance for Denison Yachting, which is a huge USA leader on the market. And we have offices over 20 worldwide between the USA and Monaco. And I'm here tonight to answer all of your questions.
Thank you so
feel
much.
Free.
Thank you. So let's kick off with a set of questions. I'm so curious to see what your answers will be. So the first questions for you girls would be, what does your position consist of? Like, what is it really like to be in this position? Beatrice?
Okay, so as marketing manager, okay, so I need to start off saying that our company is rather small. So instead of being like Denison or Fraser, which are really big companies, we're rather small. So as marketing manager, I encompass different tasks. So mainly I coordinate all the image of the brand, from creating all the material to organizing yacht shows, events. So everything within the marketing, I manage it. And also I attend to networking events. So also the networking is really important within my role. So yeah, basically this is it. I can go into that if you want, but this is it. Or if you want Radostina to speak, as you wish.
You girls can have a dialogue as well. So if you want to share experiences between you two, you may.
Of course. Well, definitely.
Yeah. So within the marketing, I do different types of things, both online, offline, meaning social media management, event management, networking. So there are different spheres into which I work with. I also work within like the CEO, so website creation. So I mean, it's really broad, and being a small company, it's you need to be really like organized and time management, because you do many things at the same time.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, I do agree that, first of all, yachting is a people industry. My current position is, so indeed, networking is very, very important, and the image of the company is very important. So this is part of the marketing. However, my current position is sales and marketing specialist for Denison Yachting. So I do most of the things that also Beatrice mentioned. So I do assist. Our marketing department is divided between the States and here. I'm the person for the marketing here, and then in the States we have a bigger marketing team. We do share ideas and we work on different projects together according to the current needs of the company. So, for example, I do all of the brochures when we have a new yacht coming. We do a lot of website development. We manage our presence on all of the yachting websites, such as the most successful platforms, such as Boatwizard, Yachtco, Yachtfolio, Yacht World, etc. We make sure all of our listings and our PR and communications are up to date. All of our specifications, price reductions are communicated in the very good way. This is on the marketing side. As also Beatrice mentioned, marketing in the yachting industry is very related to participations also in events and different yacht shows. This is very, very important because this is actually, I would say, face-to-face opportunity to meet people, to meet clients, to meet other brokers, and to present your product. And it's very dynamic. It's a people industry, so networking is very important. So we do take those events very seriously. On the sales part of my job, I do assist. We have around, currently on the fleet in Europe, we have 26 yachts for sale. Worldwide, we have 600. So we have brokers all around the world. Each office has different assistants. I'm assisting around 12 brokers in Monaco. Basically the whole sales process, sales closing, which is related also to a lot of law and restrictions, knowing how to do the contract, commissions, etc. Listing the boat for sale, doing the whole marketing campaign for the yacht, assisting with the visits on board, arranging visits on board, and just very, very various tasks. So I would say time management is very important and attention to detail.
Thank you so much.
Could you please and then we also, I just wanted to add that we also have the luck to be in Monaco, which is home to very important events of the yachting. So luckily we go to a lot of open days during the week. We attend many events during the month, from yacht club events to yachting events. So I mean, luckily we don't have to move that much, but still, it's a travel and networking.
Definitely. And I think since our boat companies are based in Monaco, as you mentioned, I completely agree with you, is that we have the great chance to have all of those amazing people. What I mean people is by professionals in the industry, as well as clients and just interesting people on a daily basis that we can meet and could be helpful for our industry and attend all of those events. And in terms of territory, it's very small. Everyone knows each other in the industry. So I would say definitely Monaco is advantage. Is giving this advantage to businesses here.
Yeah, for sure. Even all the yachts are based here, most of them. So it's also easy to visit them. Otherwise, you should travel a lot. So it's fine.
Girls, could you please explain to all of us your career path? Like, how did you arrive in this specific position? If you had other positions before and you evolved, or how did it go?
Okay, so basically after university, the first internship I did was in the fashion industry. I worked in a jewelry brand, in a high-end jewelry brand, and I was a marketing assistant. Then when I was doing the master, I took yachting specialization, and I honestly understood that I liked yachting more. So I tried to go into yachting. And let's say that my career started in the company I work with now, and it happened by chance because I met the owner of the company. I met him during my university, during an event, just randomly. And from there, we started talking. So at the end, I was really into this sector. So I started doing my internship after university there. And then I really liked it because it's a small company. So I learned a lot. The company owner brought me with him during all the shipyard visits. So I had a 360-degree view of the yachting world. I did from interior design to sales assistant, charter assistant. So I really got to understand what each branch of yachting was about before understanding that, yes, I like a lot marketing. That's why I also did the studies in the University of Monaco. And then I just wanted to pursue the marketing expertise I had to the yachting world. So just merge the two the two worlds. So yeah, this is actually it. I started in this company, and now I'm here. Of course, I had many roles within my experience, but yeah, now I became a marketing manager. And also my company, so this company I work with, has been acquired by a group last year, and so right now we have all a strategy of expansion into one of the main territories, which is becoming rather dominant, which is the Middle East.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, well, regarding my career path, I briefly mentioned before, I was more on the brokerage side. I was highly interested always to be on the sales and charter side. And recently, in the last year and a half, I got really involved into the marketing part. And I think the two actually go very well together, because when you have a yacht and you're on the brokerage side, you need to have the right marketing, because as in every business, the product and the marketing are the two key, I would say, factors for success, and then, of course, networking. So I started in charter retail, and I think it's a great advice for people also who are right now on the webinar. If they're looking to joining the yachting industry, I'll give advice that starting in charter, it's a very nice way to joining the industry. So I started in charter retail, which for the people who are not familiar with the different departments, charter retail is when you bring to the client who would like to charter a boat. So I was charter retail assistant, and then sales and marketing specialist in Denison Yachting.
Amazing. Thank you, girls, for these answers.
It's important to say, I think, that you need to experience different things before understanding what you really want to do. And
exactly.
It's important also, to have a wide view of the sector, because there are different things and you need different expertise. But for example, if you work into marketing, you need to know the yacht by heart. You still need to know the engine room. You need to know everything.
Exactly.
So it's good to start from scratch and then do many types of experiences before choosing your job.
That's why, especially when we were young, I think internships are a great way of discovering the different types of departments, because honestly, yachting has so many departments in terms of charter retail, charter management, sales, marketing, services, insurance, crew placement. You don't even know if you would enjoy it before joining. So my advice would be to really join as much departments as possible, or at least read about them, so you know if this would be something of interest for your career path or not. And then you can always move, because it's always good, all the departments are somehow related, so it's always good to have broader knowledge.
Yeah.
Amazing. Now I would like to know, which are the biggest challenges you faced in this sector, in the yachting industry, since you ever started?
Okay.
The biggest challenge, I wouldn't say it was something that I discovered within yachting, but it's something that I discovered in business and I applied it to the yachting industry, is definitely time management. Because I think no matter if you work only in one department or in various ones, in my case I work in two, so marketing and sales, and it's very, very important to give priority to the most urgent things and just manage your time, because to be honest, satisfying the client, satisfying the broker, everything is very important. Time and competitive advantage on the competitors is very, very important. So I would say time management is crucial, and attention to details, because believe me guys, there is no excuse for mistakes in yachting, and attention to details, especially in contracts, specifications and stuff like this. It's so much numbers, and attention to detail is crucial. So I would say it's not something I discovered only in yachting, but it's definitely a challenge on a daily basis, that time management, detail, attention to details, and just prioritizing. It could be, I would say, yeah, definitely. Rather than this, I don't have any challenges. I love what I do. I'm absolutely passionate about the industry, so I don't see it as a challenge. It's just part of the game. Everything else that it's on the side.
For me at the start, it was a bit the events, because I wasn't super used to going to the events every time. So at the start, I was like, okay, this is boring. I don't know if I'm the right person, But then after, you get used to it, and it just becomes your comfort zone. I mean, you know everybody into yachting, so it's good to also hang out with these
yes.
your colleagues again. You go to events where you find your your colleagues, or you go to events and maybe you talk with some clients that then become like real clients. So it's something actually really nice that before I underestimated a bit.
Yeah.
And also, since we work with international clients, sometimes the challenges are between cultures. Like, for example, I don't know, sometimes I face the different cultures. So it's important to respect them and to know that it's not only Monaco, the world, but it's also abroad, and you have like a lot of international people with different habits, cultures, way of thinking. So you also need to adapt your way of working to the person you have in front of you.
Yeah, because I completely agree, because I see like there is not a specific nationality of clients. It's just ultra high net worth individuals worldwide.
Yeah.
So you definitely have to adapt to the different nationalities. And I think it's great. And it's also like different consumer behaviors from people coming from different countries. So definitely, I do agree. Something else I could also mention from the sales part is I think it's very crucial is to go on visits on board and also see the engine room, see the technical specification, because this at the beginning was obviously challenging for me. But then with time, I mean, always the first time you go on board, the first time you enter an engine room, you're like, oh my God, what is this? How am I supposed to present it to the client? Even though you had theoretical knowledge, because I did the yachting track, then I did the yachting masterclass. So you know what is engine, what is generator, but when you go on place, it's completely different. And probably the first or the second visit with clients and stuff, it's always challenging, but then you get used to it. And it's a people industry. I think communication skills are very important. So yeah, but definitely technical knowledge, I would say, in the sales part.
Yeah, at the end is a question of experience. I mean, at the start, it's difficult for everybody, and also mistakes are allowed because like we're human beings. But it's important to learn from your mistakes, and with the experience, you will go on for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Moving forward, what skills are the most important ones in this industry, and what advice would you give to our prospective students, to me, myself, my colleagues, for entering the industry? What should we be aware of?
Okay, so from my point of view, for sure, marketing experience, marketing expertise is essential. But I would combine it to also personal skills, which relate to being open to networking events, trying to network the most as possible, try to be open, even if you are shy, yes, I understand. But during an event, you always need to understand that also the other people can be shy as well. And maybe you can also like meet some important people that will be very, very important for your job. So I would always like try to be open as much as possible. And from working skills, I would mention time management, as we discussed before, for sure. Attention to details, organization, and since you travel a lot also, because boat shows are worldwide, they're in various countries, you need to be like really well organized. You need to also handle stress really well, because sometimes you have short deadlines or everything happens in like 1 month. So yeah, you also need to handle stress really well. Then from my perspective, I also organize boat shows, and I'm alone organizing them. So yeah, like managing like suppliers and people working within the boat show is not easy, but you need to have like a planning. You need to like have, I don't know, like you need to understand what you need to prioritize and what can come after, and then it will work. But organization is crucial in every segment of the sector.
Definitely, yes. Well, just to add, I completely agree with all of the details mentioned, and I do apply them also to myself. I'll definitely say, once again, the personality individually, because you have to be part of the team, and you should know also, obviously, yachting is about boats, but yachting is also about people, and being, I would say, a nice team member, and just thinking what is the best for the company, and not just trying to like impose your ideas and stuff like this, just being part of the team and be genuinely supporting and supportive of others and feel supported as well. It's very crucial. And having good network, having very good reputation in the industry, it's important. Relationship management, knowledge, definitely. Yachting is an industry that involves day to day. There are a lot of sustainable solutions coming into place, a lot of new projects, new builds. So just keep learning and just, I would say, having broad knowledge about what's going on, because clients do appreciate that. And of course, attention to details, organizational skills, and just having a great team. I think it's very important.
Thank you very much. What would you love the most about your job when you go to work? What do you connect mostly with, let's say, on a daily basis?
For me, every day is different. I mean, yes, I'm in the office often because, of course, I work with in the marketing side. But I like the fact that I'm not 24/7 or whatever into the office. I travel a lot for boat shows. I go, like, during the boat shows, I'm always in contact with clients, or in Monaco there are a lot of events, so I participate to a lot of events where we're also like yachting cluster of Monaco members. So I mean, we do many things. So we also organize private events for our clients. So we do many things, and this makes the working environment more challenging, but at the same time more exciting, because you're not in the office all day. I mean, it's important to be in the office, but it's also important to be out, because it's outside that you create the relationships. It's outside that you create connections. So yeah, a balance of both is required.
Yeah. Yes, for me, I would say as well, because as I mentioned, Denison Yachting is, we have 20 offices in the USA, and we have an office in Europe. So like, we do attend all of the boat shows, so especially the charter shows in the Bahamas, all the yacht shows in the States, in Europe as well. And I really enjoy when my team from the States is coming, and when we go there, it's just like intercultural management. It's very, very great. And in the same time, probably the most favorite part is attending your shows and meeting people and clients. And I personally really enjoy doing visits on board for clients, and I think it's great. And just the events afterwards that are organized as well.
Yeah, and then every week there are some open days on board, like on board some yachts. So it's nice also to go there, because you discover the yachts. Some yachts maybe you never seen, or some like maybe you've seen them after 2 years, so they have done some refit work. But it's also nice to connect with your colleagues, and I mean, it's good to go away of the office sometimes.
Of course.
So luckily, we have this chance. Yeah.
Definitely. What we also do is a shipyard tour. So I think many companies are doing it as well. I think that's very, very interesting to go on land and see how the yachts are built. And I know our team did like Italy, Turkey, Netherlands, which are the Germany as well, which are the leaders in yacht building. So I know this was very, very interesting to see how the yacht is built, the whole superstructure, how it's all brought together, how the dream is coming true. So just going to shipyards, talking to people, it's a whole different world, because we're really into brokerage, like on the fancy side, but going into the shipyard, it's amazing as well.
Yeah, I would say shipyard visits are one of my favorite ones.
Definitely.
And we have Italy, which is nearby. So let's say that once a month we try to go to Viareggio and that area to visit some shipyards, because also like maintaining good relationship and periodical relationship with shipyards, it's like fundamental for us also.
Exactly. No, absolutely.
Thank you. The next question would be, what is an example or good practice you have seen or experienced in your past that you would like to share with us? Something that you appreciated from your colleagues or professionals from the industry that you found interesting?
Would you like to go first? Yeah.
It's fine. You can go. Yeah, you can go.
What we really appreciate, and I think this is the case for a lot of brokerage companies, is like we do work with brokers from competitive brokerage houses, right? Because he brings the client, we bring the yacht, or we bring the client, he has the yacht, or it's a charter transactional deal. I see a huge respect, even though we come from like different companies, in between people from the industry, and it's something that I very, very much appreciate. And I see this on events. I don't see this only on business events. I see this also in the day-to-day life when I meet someone from the industry. It's always great. People are very respectful. And also I see them when they come with clients on board, or most importantly, when we go with our clients on board of their yachts. Nobody's trying to snatch your client. Nobody's trying to be disrespectful. People are there to do business in the best possible way. So I think respecting the industry, of what I've experienced so far as a young talent in the industry, is super important. And I see this with a lot of companies. I've never had a bad experience with a brokerage company, and it's something that I really appreciate.
Yeah, no, I totally agree on this. Another good practice can be, I see a lot of, okay, so before the yachting was like, I mean, it's there are a lot of senior brokers, let's say, so like maybe older professionals, and now the young generation is entering in, and I see a lot of respect, but also the willingness to like to teach. So for example, yeah, when I was like a student, I came into the company, and I received a lot of attention, a lot of dedication, and I liked it, because at the end of the day, I could learn many things. And so I didn't just sat like, I wasn't just at a desk working or not doing anything, but I was actually like going to shipyards since the beginning. I was learning since the beginning. I was yeah. So I think there's a lot of like there's a lot of respect also towards the young generation that are just starting now.
Yes. I think definitely it's a learning path, because obviously some people would think, oh, you were younger, so we have to learn. Obviously, we have to learn, and that's why we're here. But also, I think it's a vice versa learning path, because we do have, like, we come on the market with new technologies, we come with new ideas, with fresh approach also to the market, and the seniors, they have been there for years. We have so much to learn from them. They have amazing experience. So it's like a vice versa. And I see a lot of actually teams in the yachting, no matter if it's charter or sales or even management. It's like a very mixed team of senior people. In almost every company, there are a lot of young people and senior people, and it works out pretty well. So as long as there is respect, and it's very nice. Like I do enjoy it, because like, for example, my company our company has been on the market from 1948, so it's like a family affair, and even the family is still in business, so the founder is still there, so it's very, very senior experience people that I have around me, but it's great that I can look up to those people as well.
That's so beautiful to hear. Thank you. Now going a bit back in the past, how did IUM help you in getting this role, if IUM helped you in getting this role, or how did IUM help you to develop your career, and like what did you remain with from being at IUM?
So yeah, so okay, I found my job outside university, going to an event, but for sure IUM has been significant during my career path, in many fields. So from the theoretical side, so learning about all the marketing classes we took, all the PR classes, which has been very, very effective. At the end, the yachting specialization, because the yachting world, you don't learn a lot about it. I mean, at the end, it's when you start working, you learn, but when you are in university, you don't know a lot about this sector. Instead, like, for example, there are other sectors, for example, fashion, that maybe you can learn a bit more before entering into the real world. But the yachting, you don't know a lot. So I think IUM like gave us a good initial footprint about this sector. And IUM has also been like, I really enjoyed doing not only also the practical aspects, like, for example, all the case studies, all those practical things that we used to do when we were students. I think they were really effective. For example, we did a lot of marketing case studies about like real companies, and their performance into the market. And this actually like is part of what we do during our job. I mean, we apply the marketing skills we learned. So for sure, IUM has been like a really good teacher, at least for me. Yeah.
Yes, well, for me, it has helped me in two major ways. The first of all was obviously getting an internship after my master's. So I got the internship in Fraser, which has helped me a lot to start in the industry and then continue in this direction. So the internship first. And the second major thing is that I was in the program of the yachting track, and we had around 20 to 25 people. All of them are currently, not all of them, but I would say at least 80% are currently working in yachting companies. So the fact that, for example, even one of your colleagues was Beatrice in my class, Alan. So, for example, this is a great example of networking and the fact that we know each other from uni, and now we're together in business. And I know that, oh, if I have a client or he has a client, we'll be happy to work together because we know each other from before. We were friends before during the industry, and this is the case with a lot of people that are currently in the industry. In almost every company, major one in Monaco, I have at least one person that I know that we did IUM together and is now working in yachting. And it's great because you have this like more personal relationship. So this is something that has helped me a lot, like a great advantage from IUM. And then, of course, internship events. And I think just the companies, they see you in a, I won't say in a better way, but definitely it's an advantage if you come from IUM here in Monaco.
Yeah, then you build like a bit your community. I mean, all my friends in Monaco, they come from university. Like the majority of them, they all come from university. So at the end, like you establish also like a personal relationship, and it's nice because I mean Monaco's small, so it's nice also that IUM offers this opportunity.
Definitely. Because what's very funny, for example, in my case, I came to uni just to do the master. I had literally no I would say goal to stay in Monaco. I really wanted just to do the master, and then thanks to IUM, I met so many people. I got even more in the yachting industry. So this kind of motivated me to be in Monaco already 5 years. So definitely, for me, it has played a huge role.
Yeah, for me too. For sure. Yeah.
Thank you so much. There is one last question from my side, and then we'll have 15 minutes from my colleagues. What is the average and top salary in your field? Because as we are going to work as well, probably in yachting, we would like to know a bit the range of salaries and how does it go?
Well,
yeah, you can go.
Okay. We talk about only salary of assistant, right? Because brokerage and commission, this cannot be defined. Like it could go up to like the bigger the project, the bigger the commission. So this is very like case-to-case scenario. There is no fixed minimum or maximum because brokerage commission is something very flexible, I would say, depending on the sales price of the yacht. But in our field, like marketing and sales, I think it depends on the company kind of, and I think it really depends on the experience. Like, how long have you been in the company?
Yeah, it depends on company experience. I mean, I don't think there's a value. I mean, like, of course, the senior marketing managers, they have good salaries for sure, and they have fixed salaries. Whereas the brokers, they don't have fixed salaries. Most of them, I think, they're independent, so they work on transactions, commissions from transactions. But I don't think there's like a rule. I mean, I don't think. But
I think it really depends on the company. Yeah, but don't worry, we're good.
Are brokers?
You can go.
Are brokers working only on commission, or they can choose to have a salary, or how does it work regarding this?
No, some can decide to have like a small fixed salary because like transactions are really long in yachting. I mean, maybe to execute a sale, you take it can vary. You can take 1 month or maybe 2 years. It depends. So sometimes, or usually when you're at the start of your career, maybe you have like a small fixed salary, and then you have maybe a lower percentage on commissions. Whereas if you're like a senior and you do a lot of sales and you're already like an expert, then maybe you only work on commissions, but fair enough, because like commissions for them are so high that it's fine for them. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for answering to my questions. I think now everyone can jump in. If you have any questions, any curiosities, you can get the chance to talk with the girls that we invited tonight.
Yes, feel free.
Let's see. Especially for the ones in yachting, because I see there are a lot of them here.
Okay, I see the question.
Yeah, there is one question. If you start working as a data analyst for a yacht brokerage firm, what are the future opportunities?
Well, first of all, data analysis is one of the most important, I would say, departments as well, because it makes you understand better the market. You can either be data, and if you want to continue in this direction, you can become a manager or just the top of the department, or you can, if you have been longer in the company and also you understand very well the market, because data analysis is very, very related to working with shipyards and just new market trends. I would say you can easily move to sales. Why not? Because you'd be aware of new projects coming into place and everything going on in the market, and you would know the product very well. So I'd say maybe sales.
and I mean, if you don't like the commercial part, you can always work in the intelligence sector of companies, which you just like analyze the data, the market. So I mean, you have two different options: commercially or back office.
Okay, thank you. There is another one. Do you conduct business in English only or other languages as well?
So the business language is English, but if your client is I don't know, Russian, and you're Russian, you can conduct your business in Russia. Or for example, like I'm Italian, so when I go to visit shipyards in Italy, I talk Italian. Sometimes, since we're in Monaco, it can happen that we talk French. Yeah, so mainly it depends. I speak a lot of Italian because inside the company we are the majority are Italians, but if you deal with organizations, boat shows, or the majority of clients, we speak English, I would say.
Yes, same for me. English is the main language, and then French. Unfortunately, I do not speak Italian. I would have loved to, and definitely it's very, very helpful for working with shipyards. My surprise is that I also use Bulgarian, which is my native language sometimes. But yeah, English and French, definitely.
And the French, is it a requirement for like entering the company or not necessarily?
I would say definitely helpful, but I mean, every language is a plus. I mean, if you speak, for example,
I don't know, if you're in Monaco, maybe it can be a plus, because in Monaco,
it depends also on the position that you have, for example. But yeah, definitely, it's helpful. I wouldn't lie. It's saying no, it's not. But if you speak English and Italian, you'll be perfectly well in the yachting industry if you don't speak French, for example. But
yeah.
Great. Let's move to the next one. I think you already answered this one, but let's see. Is it totally backend or does it also include going out and networking?
Both.
No, I think it refers to the previous one. It's both. Yeah, no, you can even go networking. Yeah, it's both.
There's a question for you, Radostina. Did you find that the yachting masterclass at Yacht Club was helpful?
Yes, definitely. So what I did is I did the master, and then after my internship in Fraser, I joined straight away before joining officially the industry as a full-time employee. I did the yachting master class, and it was so helpful. And I did it before joining the sales departments because it provided insight on new builds, engine generators, the overall construction of the yacht, the overall building process, very, very much details about maritime law, insights about brokerage, charter retail, charter management, so much things that some of them I knew from IOM and from my internship in Fraser. Some of them I learned. And the good thing about the yachting masterclass that the guest speakers were actual brokers. And we had a class also on maritime law, which is something I apply in day to day when I do closings in sales. So it's very good to know all of the regulations. And also it comes with a huge book of, I think, 500 pages. So Marcella did amazing job. I keep telling her that. And I know that they do it in Dubai now. So personally, for me as an investment was amazing. Like what you pay for what you get as knowledge and networking, because also, as I mentioned, all of those speakers, they're professionals from the industry. Some of them I still meet. And I'm like, oh, I know you from the yachting masterclass. So it's always good. It was very, very nice. The only thing is that I don't know what is, if you're a student, could be easy. I did it when I was not like, I wasn't like on a full-time job, but the only thing is that it's on Wednesday night, or at least when I did it was on Wednesday night from 5 to 7. So I know from some people, if you work like full-time job, could be a problem because you finish at 6 and then maybe you don't want to go to learn again. And it was on Saturday morning as well. It was for 3-4 months. But it was amazing, like best thing. Other certification.
Thank you so much. One more here. What do you think about the other certification, yacht brokerage from maritime training brokerage? Many people also choose.
I think yes, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what kinds of certifications, because there are many in the yachting world. I don't know which ones he referred to.
I think just in general, any certification that could provide you knowledge, like you can never know enough. It's just an advantage that would give you. So if you I don't know which certification exactly you mean about the other certification in brokerage from maritime
like,
training.
for example, I did a lot of marketing certifications. So I did all the Google certification, SEO, social media, strategic marketing. I did a lot of them, which were really useful for me. There's also one certification I know about the charter, about like learning about the like all the contracts, the VATs, and all of that.
Yes.
I think like whatever, if you have the opportunity to do a certification, it's always good.
Yeah.
Like you learn at least, because the yachting, there's not a lot of places where you learn about yachting.
Exactly.
So it's good to learn, to know just
Yeah. Like a certificate can only go up. Like you could never go down with the certificate. So it's only an advantage. Like you could never go wrong by learning something, no matter if it's marketing or yachting. So
many times they just last maybe 3 to 4 months, or you can study at home. So I don't think it's also a lot of time consuming.
Thank you so much. Are there any other questions? Let's see. If someone wants to jump in, feel free.
There is someone who wants to join, but so if anyone has a question.
Last chance is now. Well, it looks like there are no more questions. From my side, it was a really big pleasure to have you here and to listen to your career path. I know Radostina very well, but I didn't know exactly everything about her job, and it was so interesting to find out now. So thank you very much for being here tonight with me and my colleagues. It's so interesting for us to hear about you performing so well now. Thank you a lot for being here.
Thank you for having us. And I think if anyone has like a future question or is looking for a position, just feel free to contact either me or Beatrice via LinkedIn. If you want, I will just write you in the comments by LinkedIn. So in case you need anything in the future.
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you all.
Thank you so much. If you want, yeah, put your addresses there so they can just contact you later on LinkedIn. Thank you very much, girls.
Thank you,
everyone.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Good luck to everyone in pursuing your career. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.